a winter storm warning is in effect. Currently in our area, 37 degrees with snow and windy conditions. Today, periods of rain and snow. Windy, high 39. Winds could occasionally gust over 60 miles per hour. Tonight, windy with snow, low 23. Here's our 7-day outlook.
We know you have a morning routine. We have one too. 7 days a week, AMHQ is right here and weather ready with Jim Cantori, Stephanie Abrams, Jen Carfagno, and the rest of AMHQ.
Let's get right to what you want, and that is the weather.
AMHQ, every morning starting at 5 on the Weather Channel.
You're looking at a live look of Stone Harbor, New Jersey. You can see that crews are out that would be pushing snow if this was snow, but the issue here is the flooding you can see on 3rd Avenue between 96th and 97th Street in Stone Harbor. I'm with John Daly, who runs the Reeds at Shelter Haven. It's a hotel, beautiful. We stayed here. It's been glorious, but this damage has really done something, flooding and the wind to your property.
Yeah, we're only having minor damage right now. That's the front door. Somehow the wind got in behind that and blew it open, but all our flag gates are up and in position. If the water had really gotten a lot higher.
Now, I do want to say, this is my last question to you. When you look at all this footage right now, the viewers at home are seeing this water. What really does this mean for you and the community here?
Well, we know that it happens, so everyone takes the precaution to be able to, be ready for this. And the hotel was built specifically at a higher plane so that we wouldn't have this kind of damage. So far we've really been very successful in making sure that the hotel stays open and is functional.
Okay. Now, you are a lucky one because we see other businesses here. It looks they have sandbags. I'm going to just see sandbags along. Yeah, so unfortunately it seems as though water may have gotten into those places. I spoke with the fire chief here at Stone Harbor. Right now they are evacuating people. They have a vehicle that can drive through water. We saw it earlier today, and they are going door to door with people who are here year-round, getting people out, taking them to shelter. One shelter located on the island. They're waiting county approval to get that shelter to move it off the island into the inland. Now we go up a little bit. Sea Isle City, I spoke with the captain of the police department there. They're also dealing with flooding. That flooding, in addition to this flooding, is from the back bay. It's not from the ocean. It's not from the rainfall. It's from the back bay and the high winds. They say there, likely here too, the storm drains are getting clogged by the snow and the ice. So you can imagine that the flooding is going to continue. High tide happened. Now it's starting to recede. We're going to head up even further north to Atlantic City, where Jen Carfagno is standing by live. Jen?
All right, Reagan, I don't know if you having the same thing where you are, but I'm starting to see a changeover to some snow out here right now. And I know we've been on that rain-snow line all day. In the forecast for New York City, we talked about how difficult that was because they were on the northern edge. But here in Atlantic City, we are on that rain-snow line, which does make the forecast for snow difficult. We did pick up snow. It was about 4 inches, if I had to guess, last night before all the rain and sleet came in today. The story, of course, and the reason we came here was to talk about the flooding and the tide concerns. I want to show you the ocean right now. I mean, let's look out there. We've got waves down at Cape May, big 23-foot waves, and that's been pretty much the case since about 6 or 5 a.m. this morning. Big waves out there pushing on shore. Now, high tide came at 6:43 this morning. Here, where I'm standing, the Steel Pier, that pier that you saw out there, where the measurement for the Atlantic City tide is taken, that was up over 8 feet. It did not get to 8.8, which was the Sandy measurement. However, 8 feet plus is significant and does cause issues. Not necessarily right here. I mean, you can see all the debris I've got out here on the beach. But the concern is that when you get to that much water, it's the Back Bay flooding, like Reagan is experiencing. The Back Bay areas are dealing with the with the flooding, and we know that is the case at any areas that typically flood, even roads that typically flood, like Black Horse Pike, White Horse Pike, Route 40, and a lot of folks concerned about flooding there. The flood-prone areas are the places that are dealing with it. Now we're getting towards low tide. As you can see, the water's gone out, left behind all the debris that came up. One thing I'm also noticing now that the water's going back out is we don't have that big sort of drop-off and on the beach. Now, we've only been through one high tide cycle with this push of onshore winds and with the system. Maria and Greg, I know you guys are standing by. Has the low pressure made the turn to go offshore? Because that's key. If we can just have one high tide cycle with that push of onshore water, it would really help us out.
Yeah, absolutely, and we're starting to see signs of that, Jen, that may be happening right now, starting to get that little bit of pull offshore.
Yeah, slowly but surely it's going to head its way out, and your winds will turn around to the north, be along shore, and that will help out a lot as well, too. So hang on for a few more hours. We'll be right up after the break with the latest.